Hey y'all, hey, we getting it together, going live. Let me get over here. And we are going live on Instagram. And I'm super excited to be here with everybody. This is Vanette Hill, and it is Thursday Thoughts, y'all. So I'm excited. So, as with every Thursday Thoughts, hey, Guinevere, thanks for joining. So, with every Thursday Thoughts, we like to say what we are thankful for. And today, I am so thankful for my tribe, my girls. Hey, thanks y'all for joining. I see we got Stacy, we got Yo Yo, we got Christina. Yeah, y'all, come on in the room. I'm excited. I'm happy to be here and all the good stuff. So, if you see me looking down like an old lady, right? It's because I'm streaming on Facebook and I'm streaming on Instagram. Look at your girl, leveling up, leveling up, leveling up. So let's kick it off with what I'm grateful for. Today, I am just super grateful for my tribe, my crew, my girls that hold me up when I can't lift myself up. They are there for me, and I love y'all. Love y'all to pieces. We have Gwen, we have Felicia, Yo Yo, Denise, like my tribe. Everybody gotta have your tribe. Everybody gotta have their crew, their girls that's gonna keep them lifted. So when things get heavy, they lift you up. So I'm thankful. And so today I want to find out, like, what are y'all thankful for? In the comments, put down what you thankful for. On this Thursday, there's always something to be grateful for. So what are you thankful for? I want to see in the comments. There may be a slight delay. So just put in the comments, like, what you're grateful for. And today's topic is going to be, how do you move through change when you have to close one door and open another door? Like, how do you navigate that? How do you do that? I can tell you right now, I'm actually real time in the process of doing that. And the method that I use, the thing that I've used and I've used in the past, is I just have to honor the situation for what it is. For example, I can remember, gosh, it had to be maybe 15, 20 some years ago. Long time ago, y'all, long time ago. But I had a job and I was a trainer. And in this role, I was given interim supervisor of the training department. And I had done so well. And I can remember going to the manager and I was like, so why didn't you give the interim position to person A? And they were like, well, because person A, really wasn't up for it. They really weren't qualified. And so we want you to, be interim. So I'm doing, I'm like excited. This is my opportunity. And if I do really well here, then I'll get the permanent position, right? Listen, when I tell y'all, I'm a person that loves developing others. I love helping others. I love creating programs. I love coaching people. I'm a people person that want to help develop people because I believe there's greatness in everybody. And sometimes we just need help in navigating and helping us elevate to where we need to be. So I created all type of reports. I built such a strong rapport with the customers that we had. We had new training materials I had developed. I was doing a fantastic job, if I must say so myself, and toot my own horn, toot toot. I was doing the thing. Okay. And so in doing it, it came down to actually applying for the position. So when the position posted, because, you had to apply for it. So I applied for the position and I didn't get it. Now, everybody in the department, I was acting supervisor. So everybody in the department was just like coming to me like, I'm so sorry you didn't get it. And so before the announcement was made, the manager had pulled me in her office and she was like, I really want to talk to you and, tell you the reason why. Right. And so when she was telling me the reason why, she could come up with nothing. She was basically like, you know what? I can't think of anything, honestly, that you could have done differently to get the job. And I was like, okay, so just so you know, number one, my work will never suffer, but I am going to be applying out. And then I left. So with that said, I was heated. When I tell y'all, I was so mad. Like when I'm hurt, if I'm really, really hurt, or if I am really, really angry, like the back of my throat will start hurting. I do not know what that is. I don't know if it's a blood vessel about to pop in my neck or what, but when I'm heated, baby, when I'm heated, oh my God, or if I'm hurt, if I'm truly, truly just emotionally hurt, throat just on fire. Anyway, throat was on fire. I was so mad. And so again, everybody coming to me like, oh, Vanette, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. You deserved it, this, that, and the third. They scheduled a team like brunch. Why did they have the person who got the job drive me to the brunch? Where they do that at? Like, where they do that at? So I'm in the car with the person who got the job. Now, mind you, I'm livid. And so she in the car awkward. And I'm just like, so here's the thing with me. And I told them with me, if I'm going through something, if I'm really, really angry about something, or if I'm really, really hurt, I need at least 2 weeks to get grounded. I need at least 2 weeks to get grounded because those emotions soaring. Okay. Anyway, long story short, I ended up, and I was just so angry. I was so hurt and I felt so betrayed because I felt like I was doing the job. How you not going to give it to me when you told me the reason why you didn't even hire her for interim was because you didn't feel like she could do the job. Anywho, so I started looking at what my other options were. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go into IT. And that's how I ended up going into IT. And to make the story even better, the girl A who had got the job, she sent me the posting for this new position in IT. When one door closed, God will open another door. The position that I got in IT, that was a supervisor position too, but it paid more money because it was a higher level than the supervisor position that she had. Look at God. Look at God. Look at God. I'm telling y'all, when one door closed, God will open another door. But it is in the process going through it, baby, going through it. So I'm going to take a break here and I'm going to read some of the comments because I'm on a slight delay. So we have Yo-Yo said, love you too. Thank you, Yo-Yo. And then Yo-Yo said she's thankful for her family and friends and her sis. And then we have SMF 282703. who says, honestly, just grateful for still being here, able to listen to you. Oh, thank you. So grateful with that. And then we have Christina that says, that I came to the gym and didn't make any excuses. Watch it from the treadmill. Let's go. That's right, Christina. No excuses. And then she stated that she went to the doctor and when did so, now can address issues that was not aware of. Amen. Amen. And we Gwen says thankful for everything. Yes, yes, yes. That's beautiful. So absolutely. There's just so much to be thankful for. And we have to always remember that, especially when you're going through. So that's the message and topic we're talking about tonight. It's like, well, how do you get through things? And I think the first step in getting through something is recognizing and honoring yourself that you are going through it. You're going through it. Because like what I'm going through now is not the first time I've going through something. But I've gotten down a methodology that works for me. It's just in the meantime, in the thick of the going through the thing is hell. It is hell. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna sugarcoat it. It is what it is. But I get through it because I recognize my pain. I recognize my hurt. I recognize my disappointment. I recognize every emotion that comes up from something, whether it's feeling betrayed because you felt you should have had a job, or heck, if it's you've having money problems and you got to start all over again, and you like, it's whether you pulling your hair out because you like, what? Life is life right now. And right now there are some changes that's hitting me left and right. I feel like I got Tyson on one side and Muhammad Ali on the other side. And you like, Lord, today, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you the framework I use to get through stuff. And hopefully anybody else who's going through something, you can take this framework and let it go, make it through. So again, step number 1 is recognizing that you are going through something. Because this whole notion of I'm just going to push on and act like ain't nothing bothering me. Let me tell you something. That's craziness. And that is going to suppress all that hurt, all that anguish down in your spirit, in your soul. And it's going to keep you from healing. Because at the end of the day, you can't heal something that you are going through by not completing the task and process of going through it. To get through it, you got to go through it. Okay? So that's tip number 1. You have to recognize that you're going through something. And then tip number 2, when you feel it, when you feel your emotions, go with it. Go with it. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. When I tell you I have cried, like, let me see. I cried so many tears this week. I cried so many tears. I was like, I didn't know I had that much tears in me. I was dehydrated. I was like, this is a lot of tears. And you have to let your emotions flow out of you. It's God's way of helping you process what you're going through. So if you have to cry, cry. But here's the other thing. While you're going through your emotions, what's also helpful is writing it down, right? Like for me, it was moments when I felt like what I was going through was like a tsunami of emotions, because my emotions would come over me and it would take me over in such a way that it just felt so heavy. And right when I thought I was going under, God was like, threw me a life raft and like pulled me up out of my grief and out of my sorrow and pain, and was like, you know what? I got you. And he reminds you, I got you. And this is just a process of getting through it, but you will get through it. because I've gotten through it before. So again, we talked about tip number 1, which was feel the emotion. Tip number 2 is write what you're feeling down. Write it down. Give it voice. Your emotions may change. You may get angry at one point. Then you may be sad at another point. You may be a little depressed at another point. But it's just so important that you recognize those stages of it. And the other thing, when you are going through something, tip number 3, watch what you look at and what you listen to. If you're going through something, baby, if it's heartache, do not, I repeat, do not listen to Miss Toni Braxton. Whoo! And don't listen to Heather Hadley either. I love those ladies singing, not because they can't sing, but they got some sad songs out there that'll have you slit your wrist. So if you're already like in a hurting mood, don't listen to none of that. Don't listen to no sad music. Listen to some upbeat, motivating music. I'm gonna share with you all some of the songs that's on my playlist when I'm going through something and I need to be lifted up. You know, I'll throw on some Mary J. Blige. I throw on a little Jill Scott. I throw on some Kirk Franklin. Over. I love Over by Kirk Franklin. I throw on. I'm looking down at my playlist, y'all, because I got some playlists. I have Winning by Charles Jenkins. Love that song. All Right by Lettucey. You know, love some Lettucey. Sprinkle on a little Mary Mary. Come on, y'all. And then there is another young lady that I have been listening to, and her name is Corin Hawthorne, and her song, Look at God. Ooh, I can listen to that every day. So you just want to make sure that you're feeding yourself and your spirit something that's uplifting. Recognizing right now when you're in a place of where you may be closing one door and then transitioning to open another door, that you spend that time in the middle really working on you and being gentle to you. Now there is another tip. That was third tip. Fourth tip I want to give you tonight when you're going through something is, you know, you want to make sure that you don't stay down. And when I say stay down, I mean, like, there are times when you're going to be like, I don't want to get out the bed. Like for me, like I was like, I don't want to get out the bed. But this year I made a commitment. Guess what? I'm getting this back fat off my back. I said it and I mean it. Because when, like, people look at me in my clothes and they're like, oh, you know, you got a nice shape, you straight. I'm like, but y'all don't see, because one of my sons told me, in a joking manner, mind you, he was like, Ma, you could swipe a credit card back there. Because I had, you know, anyway, you get the picture. So I was like, I got to get rid of that. Like, I want to get rid of that for me. I want to get rid of that. And then I want to be healthy, right? So in addition to, you know, the little bit of vanity piece, because I don't like the back fat. In addition to that, I do want to be healthy. So I have made a commitment beginning of the year. Guess what? Sis is going to have her butt up every morning before I start my day at work, 30 minutes on the treadmill. I'm going to start at 30 minutes on the treadmill, right? And then I'll increase and do all kinds of stuff so I can gain a little bit more momentum, but it's got to be 30 minutes. So every morning, it gives me something like, if I do that, I can say I did that this morning for me, for the betterment of me. And then the next thing you do is positive self-talk, right? Talk yourself through what you're feeling, you know. Listen to yourself. Don't shut yourself down and out, and don't beat yourself up, and don't overanalyze. I had one of my friends tell me, like, don't overanalyze. Don't start overanalyzing, because you know how we do. When something happened, then we start thinking like, well, was it this, that, and the third? And then you start creating a whole storyline in your head. You got a whole script over here. It's a whole nother book. And that may or may not even be true. So the important thing is, again, getting back to, how do you get through something? when you have to close the door on something and prepare to open the door on something new, is to, again, honor yourself with grace, courage, compassion. Lean on your friends. Like my tribe know, I have them on group chat right now. I'm like, y'all gonna have to deal with me for a couple weeks because I got to be. And then at times I can't even talk. Like I can't even like talk, but I can text about it. And they check on me. But I can say one positive thing that came out of when you're going through something, at least this episode with me of going through something, it decreased my appetite to the point, well, I don't have an appetite and I haven't eaten in a few days, which is not a good thing. I'm not glorifying that. But I am saying sis did lose some weight though. I mean, I did lose some weight and I'm not bloated no more. So it's a win-win. It may not be a positive win-win in how I got there, but the weight coming off. So I'm gonna get back to regular eating soon, real soon. Today I had a bowl of soup. I had a big bowl of soup, so I did have that, and I'm hydrating. So, but the point I'm trying to make is find something that you can do that is just for you. And physical activity when you are going through something is a great way because you can build a healthy habit and help burn off some stress and anxiety that comes through when you have to close one door and open another door. So right now I want to ask you all, what are some things, some tips that you use when you are going through a transition in life, when there's something that's like tough you're dealing with? How do you deal with it? How do you close one door, open another door if you need to pivot or whatever? What are some tips? Put your tips in the comment section and let's see what you have. Hey Sharon, you finally got on tonight. Hey Sharon. I'm so glad you got on, Sharon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey Felicia, thanks for joining. Hey Shaka Love 5, thanks for joining. So y'all put in the comments, what are some tips that y'all do? Like I said, when you are going through something, what are some tips? Because I want to read it. Thanks for everybody that's been showing up. Be Love 0507. Thank you so much for showing up. Shout out to you. Let's see what else. Just looking at some of the comments as they come in. It's so good to have you all on. I hope you all are getting something from today's session. I see Yo-Yo put lean on my close girlfriends and praying. Yes. Felicia says she prays and make a cake. Felicia cakes are dangerous, y'all. Now, I have to tell you that Felicia can make the bomb cakes. The bomb cakes. Very dangerous, very dangerous. So prayer, close girlfriends, and cakes. Okay. Sharon says she has to stay grounded and pray and keeping my heart and mind open to the direction that God will guide her to. That is so good. So these are some really good tips, you all, that you all are sharing. And they're things that really work, that guide you. Yes, absolutely, Sharon. That's good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks, Vanette. Aw, girl, your cakes are good, but I can't fool with Felicia because Felicia had me around here looking like the Pillsbury Dough Mama. Yes, on them cakes like that. But anybody who wants to buy them, get in touch with her because her cakes are delicious, But yeah, y'all. So tonight's session, was really just about getting tips on when one door is closing and another door is opening. Like, how do you transition that when you're dealing with uncertainty, or if you're dealing with loss, or if you're dealing with grief or disappointment? Like, how do you deal with it so you can make a healthy transition into the blessing that God has for you, right? I think the other thing is you just, know that you're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days, and not to do anything hasty. One thing that I do when I'm going through something, I'm not quick to get out and mingle and interact with a lot of people because I had to spend time with myself. Like the first 2 weeks of me going through something, I really have to be with self, love self, appreciate self, and not pity self, but honor what I'm going through by recognizing it. Because so many times as women, and especially Black women, we have been taught suck it up, move on, keep going, don't cry over spilled milk, yada, yada, yada. You've all heard it before, right? But when you take that time to nurture self, listen to self, there is a tenderness and a sweetness when you love yourself enough to be tender with yourself, to love on you and try to care on you when you're in the midst of a storm. So, those are just the tips that I use. And then something else that I do is once I start going through, like being able to get through like the emotional whirlwind of it and feeling all the feelings and everything, then I start looking at, okay, let's look at self and let's see, how can we prepare for what's to come next? And what are some beautiful possibilities of what could come next? Right. And I think that when you use that framework, it can help you pretty much get through almost anything. And getting through doesn't mean you still won't, those feelings still won't come up every now and then, because it will take some time depending on what it is you're actually going through. But being able to address those different stages and those parts will help you be so much more fulfilled in your journey of making it through, right? When I was younger and I would go through something, it felt like my world, like if it was a breakup, it felt like my world was ending. And it was like, and then I felt like I was at fault. I felt like I was damaged or I was broken or this, that, and the third, and I was the problem, right? And so then I would beat myself up. And then when I got older and things didn't work out, whether it was with a job or with a guy, I no longer beat myself up. I just realized, sometimes stuff don't work out, and then sometimes God will put you in a position when he forces you to move to where he wants you to be. And it's at a greater level that, especially when you ask God for stuff. When you ask God for stuff, you have to be willing to move. And sometimes if you're not moving when he needs you to move, he will push you to move, whether it's in a career, in a relationship, life in general, right? He will push you to move. And then the moment you get that push, it's going to take you out of your comfort zone and it's going to put you in a place where you are going to be like, this is so uncomfortable and I don't like it. It's like, it's uncomfortable. And that's when you have to trust him and say, okay, God, show me. Where is the path? And sometimes he wants you to sit still and kind of go through what you're going through, and then he'll show you your path. So those are just some things that I just really wanted to come out and share with you all on this Thursday Thoughts. And before I get out of here, I do want to say that if you have not registered already, our 2024, the Year of More Vision Board Workshop, it's virtual Vision Board Workshop, is going to be this Sunday, which is January 14th at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Click the link in the bio if you're on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, there's a link on my profile. Click the link, register today. So far, I think we have a couple of spots open, but this is going to be so fun. Listen, y'all, At this vision board party, we're going to get into talking about number one, why vision board and visualization is so important in life. Why it's so important. Number two, we're going to help you pull out what it is you really want, because we often don't get what we want because we don't name it, claim it, and speak on it. And three, we're going to spend some time at the end so you can start really putting together your vision boards, right? If some of you are elaborate, like one of my girls, Denise is very elaborate. Denise was a Picasso. She want to paint and all this other stuff. So you may need to start, make sure you got your supplies. So we send out a supply list once you register of some things you can get. Vision boards can be anything from, the very creative who has a picture frame or a poster board, or, maybe you just want to write your vision down, or maybe you want to use Canva, whatever your choice is, or a sheet of paper, whatever your choice is. Join us this Sunday. It's going to be nice. We want to help you take your dreams, your desires, and let's make it happen in 24, right? Let's do it. All right, y'all. It's been my pleasure being with you. Thank you all for joining, and have a wonderful evening. And I'll see y'all on Sunday. Take care.